Welcome back. A significant gender pay gap has been revealed between the Matildas and the Socceroos. A sports journalist revealing the women's team were in the running for a share of a $2.5 million prize if they won the Asian Cup last week. The prize on offer in the men's competition, more than $21 million. And joining us this afternoon on The Debrief is Nick Hayes from Media Stable in Adelaide and Fiona Ellis-Jones from ARN in Hobart. Good afternoon to both of you. Fee, surely this is not fair. That is a massive gap.
Yeah, it's not fair, and it's really not surprising at all, is it, Tash? I mean, it's indicative of the gender pay gap that we see across all industries in Australia, so not surprised at all. I mean, we had the WGEA data just 3 weeks ago that showed significant gender pay gap. What I find really ironic for this is, just from a news perspective, the Matildas are so much more interesting. They're so well loved at the moment. They're absolutely at the top of their game. The Socceroos are ranked in a much lower team, so it really needs to be looked at, and it'd be interesting to see what Football Australia has to say about it. But are we surprised? No, not at all.
Yeah, well said. Nick, really interestingly about this, right, people may argue sport is all about ratings and revenue. We know, especially with the Matildas, they were and are absolute superstars. This is really bizarre, this gender gap.
Yeah, it really is, Tash. And look, women's sport has always had a bit of an issue about women watching the women's sport, but the Matildas have created an enormous product here. They will be this decade the most watched. The semi-final of the World Cup women's game for the Matildas was the most watched sporting for this decade, and it will be for the rest of the decade. So they've got a product here. They deserve to be paid more. So I think that this will shake and rattle a few trees there at Football Australia to go and get the money that the girls obviously deserve. I'm a big believer in it. If you create the product, the people are coming for it, you should be paid for it.
Yeah, 100%. It's just rewarding great athletes. Moving on this afternoon, a new report from family financial app Spriggies has found that Aussie parents are giving their kids pocket money for some very bizarre chores, including folding their clothes, to reading, to guinea pigs, and also going to sport without a fuss. Fee, you are the mother of 4 beautiful children. What are your thoughts on this?
I felt really triggered by this one, Tash, because I definitely do that. I don't know about you, but I was the kind of mother on the sideline of the soccer side, walking down with a $10 note to pay per goal. But the problem is, when you do it from a young age, they expect it when they get older as well. So now I don't dish out for hugs or for kindness, but my kids won't do anything unless I pay them. Walking the dog, unstacking the dishwasher, all of it comes with a value. So you're just kind of setting yourself up for a very long time of paying kids.
They're already great negotiators at that young age, Fee. Nick, what are your thoughts on this? Because years ago, we weren't paid for chores, right? We just did them.
Yeah, we just did them, and I'm thinking back now of all the things that I did that I could have been paid for. I've missed my time. But my boys, I've got boys 15 and 13, they're the great negotiators. They started high, $50 a week. Yes. We end up coming down to 20. They actually won. I feel like we won as well. But they're taking the money, and they know what they're there for, and they don't do anything unless they're being paid for it. But isn't it nice when sometimes they do pick up their laundry and put it in the wash without having to find out whether they get $1 or $2 for it? It's always nice to see that. But yeah, it happens to all of us, and it's costing us a lot too.
It is indeed. They are very good negotiators. And finally this afternoon, this is a story that has made international headlines. A 20-year-old South Australian woman has been fined $2,000 and ordered to perform 60 hours of community service for sticking googly eyes, sorry, this is very funny, on a sculpture in Mount Gambier called Cast in Blue, but known locally as the Blue Blob. Oh my gosh. Fee, surely this doesn't need to be penalised.
And how much better does it look? Let's be honest. And there's a bit of controversy about this sculpture too, and the amount of money that they actually spent on it. But I just love that this has actually got so much traction overseas, because it's such a uniquely Australian story. Leave aside the vodka and the alleged drug charges that are involved as well. It's just a really funny story from the regions.
And aren't there bigger problems, Nick, at the moment?
Oh, there certainly are. I'm in South Australia, not too far away from Mount Gambier, and we didn't even know about this. So I love the fact that this story has run internationally and South Australians don't know anything about it. I think it's just the traditional Australian humour. Put some goggly eyes on, make it look better, and we shouldn't be punishing the person that's done that. But I was impressed with the amount of what they'd consumed, and they were still able to put the eyes on straight. Amazing work. I think they've just added to the character of the sculpture.
Yeah, allegedly. Nick and Fee, happy Friday. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Tash.